Easy down.
Facebook
is
is
it
live.
Did you say Facebook's a bunch of lies?
I mean, Facebook could be a bunch of lies.
Hmm. I wonder. Let me take a look at OpenCritic.
What's up?
No, I need to check something. So the Neo breakdown wasn't technically a review, but I wonder if they picked it up as a review.
They might have. Who knows?
They did. They did.
With no score. How cute.
I'm happy to see that at least. So PC Gamer did a review on it, and they were like, meh. And then I saw somebody else look that up, and basically it said the same thing that I said, which is pretty
Oh shit, that's right.
gratifying to see that somebody agreed with what I said. Because usually when I do a review, I don't think people are going to agree with that.
Yeah.
But they were like, nope. I read through it. It's like all the points they're talking about is everything that I said. So I think it might have been Eurogamer.
Or go check that shit. Don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're not using foul language just for the sake of foul language. We're actually saying words. We're not saying the N-word. The N-word is banned on this podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Super Nintendo.
How dare you? Like, get out of here with that. Apparently, Giant Bomb is having. Apparently, okay. Now you're being an asshole. Like, stop. Oh, by the way, apparently, Giant Bomb is mourning the loss of Miiverse. And somewhere,
day, right?
and somewhere in my black heart, I'm trying to give a fuck, and I just can't.
Are you trying to not give a fuck, or?
I'm trying to give a fuck, but I can't.
There goes that foul language.
No, you see, giving a fuck. No, giving a fuck is different.
I baited you.
No, see, I'm not using the N-word.
I swear to God that the Shirk Door review reads almost exactly like mine.
Say word. That's odd. It sounds like they plagiarized. What the fuck?
No, it's just everybody's saying the same thing. The people that really paid attention to it. The PC Gamer motherfucker that did this review, this was like, meh. I think it was Tom Senior.
Right.
I'm disappointed, PC Gamer. You're supposed to be able to show us things that we're not seeing, but no, you're not doing that.
Microsoft. Oh, there it is.
And then he complains about, he says, the game sometimes runs as well as I expected my GTX 970 Intel i5 4670K with 8 gigs of RAM, and sometimes it does not. Newsflash, recommending settings or recommending spec is a GTX 1060, which is a little bit over the 970. So, yeah. He doesn't state what kind of frame rate he's running at. He doesn't state what kind of config he's running. He doesn't say anything. He just says it looks like shit, it runs like shit. I don't like it.
Sounds legit.
Okay, that's fine. He doesn't talk about the keyboard and mouse dilemma. He doesn't talk about the launcher issue. He doesn't talk about any of the bugs.
Sounds legit.
He really did 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and a half paragraphs.
Nah, like I said, sounds legit.
The last one being his opinion.
No, that's what I said. Sounds legit. That sounds perfectly legit. That sounds like an
PC Gamer. You're supposed to be, I don't know, doing what I did.
Oh shit. Hold on. I hope the rain didn't get in my fucking case.
Wow, that would be bad.
Yeah, no, it didn't get in the phone, which is fine. I mean, usually the OtterBox is really good with that, but I'll have to check. We're getting started in a little bit. Just want to make sure everything is cool to go. Cause I also use my phone as a, comment checking device because that's a thing that we do.
Tablets. What happened to your tablet, bro? Laptop.
Laptop? Got rid of that shit.
You can do it on your monitor. Cascade that shit. I'll cascade it.
Hold on. No, I'm just trying to make sure everything's on point. You know, I might need to restart my computer, restart my phone. It's whatever. My phone was overdue for a restart anyway. I usually restart my phone. Samsung recommends you restart your phone at least once a day.
It does. That's really weird. And I'm like, fuck y'all, I'm not doing that.
Nah. It makes sense because you get the performance boost back up like when you do that. So
it sounds like official performance drop.
Say what?
Sounds like an artificial performance drop.
Yeah.
To power up your phone if it's not having issues.
Yeah. Can I make that suggestion at my job to just restart servers daily so they work better?
You know how much work that is for you?
Hey.
No, you can automate those restarts.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You can make sure you know the clusters and they're connected RDMs running on VMware, and they take like 5 hours to come the fuck back.
Yeah.
After a restart.
Absolutely.
Like, go ahead and restart your server. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm telling you, man, my phone started messing up. Hey, get it together. Now, pay.
Did he get quiet for you, too?
Say what? Yeah, he got a little quiet. Like, Keith, what happened?
I'm eating something.
Oh, you eating something? Good thing you're not on camera. Not. Yo, don't tell me the water damaged my fucking fingerprint sensor. The rain damaged my fingerprint sensor. The hell? I'm gonna write a sternly worded letter to Samsung about this shit. And also kick T-Mobile in the dick. Like, what the hell? Alright, I'm gonna fix this problem. Keith, you ready? Well, he can't hear anything. John, you ready?
Yes.
Like, cause Keith can't hear shit.
No, he doesn't have headphones on.
Nope.
Hi. I'm back again. Sorry about that.
Oh, you literally just got back. I'm just saying, like, I was gonna get ready to start because we've been just like messing around for a while.
Procrastinating?
Yeah, I'm just like, hold up. What the hell?
Doing it again?
I'm sorry. Like, I really need to just make sure this thing is working properly. Like, I depend on my fingerprint.
What if somebody cuts your finger off?
That's why I have 3 fingers on mine.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And also a backup code anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I see Xbox Xperience episode 37, prepare for launch.
We're always preparing.
Always preparing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I mean.
What about that Marvel for like $32, was it $38, $31? Yeah,
yo, $30, $98 too much.
I'm tempted.
John's tempted. You want Marvel, sir? He didn't answer that question. Like, what do you have to want the Marvels to play it? Connect to my Xbox One X. Thank you.
Sweet.
Test stream. If it works, I can actually play Forza while I'm doing this.
Oh, you gonna play Forza?
And I can test out the Xbox, the PC streaming. And somebody was like, "Does it work?" I'm like, that is a good question.
What, the PC streaming at 4K?
Yeah.
Is it supposed to push 4K to PC streaming?
I have no idea. I'm going to find out.
I mean, I know when I used to do that at my old place, it worked, but it never looked great. And that was over a wired connection, too. It was convenient to play Destiny when I was upstairs, though.
I thought that doesn't make sense. I got Destiny on the PlayStation 4 and I was playing on my Vita until I realized I couldn't use all the buttons. This sucks.
All right. So, we're getting ready to start, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, live, all that fun stuff.
I'm in Claymont.
I mean, I know you're in Claymont, you fucking jerk.
Wow.
I say that out of love, and you know this.
It's starting spicy.
Wow.
Oh, we have to start spicy. You know it's important to start. You know it's important to start the right way. You gotta start hot. You gotta start it hot, man. You can't let them fall asleep on you, man. You can't let them sleep on you.
Sure,
get in there.
It's not a good idea, though. All right, ladies. Like, on you, man. You can't let them. You gotta let them sleep on you. Just want to make sure this is working. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. Welcome to the Xbox Experience episode number 37. This is the first time we've been on camera for a while. My name is Clinton Navigator Bowman, Young Navigator, on the Xbox, as well as on Windows 10 gaming, because you know Xbox app is on Windows 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
rock
Clint,
on with that.
Just a quick question for you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I noticed that the name of the show is called Episode 36.
Put it on YouTube as 36.
Yes.
Can you fix that?
Make the fix.
Thank you.
I shall make with the fix.
I meant to say 37.
Oh, look. Oh my God, your face. I see it now.
I meant to say 37. Okay. Oh wow. Way to insult me, sir. That hurt.
I mean, do it out of love.
I know.
Yeah, how that works.
I mean,
anywho,
I'm playing around. I'm also joined by Editor-in-Chief, Mr. Framerate Matter himself, Keith Shadow Haxer Mitchell. Keith, what's up, my friend?
We still have that NeoGaf symbol on the podcast. FYI.
Yes, that's on you.
It's on YouTube. It should be on.
Yeah, can that go away?
I don't go there no more.
I mean, it's going away, right?
I mean, that's on Keith. Keith fucked up. He forgot he left that up there. That was probably advertised. That was probably advertised when you did your Need for Speed shit. Dude.
Can I put it real quick that I really am not a fan of this format. I wanted to go back to the way it was so you can see all of us at once. Just saying, I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
I like seeing my face blown up.
You don't like seeing your face blown up?
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're not a vain son of a bitch. I'm kind of glad. I'm also joined by John Jinx, Mr. Shikar Maru himself.
Close enough.
Yeah, Shikar Maru. I love it. Shikar Maru. Sorry, I was watching a lot of Boruto's dad lately. Boruto's dad Shippuden.
What's the name of the show?
Boruto's dad?
No, it's not. It's the show.
Yeah, it's called Boruto's dad Shippuden.
Okay.
I mean, that's not wrong. I mean, it's close.
I don't think Clinton can say words to begin with N.
I mean, you know, Nintendo, negligent.
Bro, N words, man.
The anime police are coming. We need to stop.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. All right.
The police are black.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, prepare to launch. Name the title is the name of this episode. Obviously, the Xbox One X made its way on Election Day 2017.
To some people's, anyway.
Some people. Like me, I'm not getting mine till Thursday. Fuck you, Amazon. I said it.
Now that's fair with their delivery rate recently.
Hey, look, I mean, Amazon UK, look on Eurogamer, Amazon UK people are kind of pissed off that they ain't getting the Xbox One X's either. And apparently
people don't get into like next week or we don't know. It'll be there whenever.
Indeed. And on Wednesday, on earlier today, apparently in California, a certain Best Buy, all of their Project Scorpio edition boxes were damaged.
Wow, what happened there? Was somebody kicking the boxes?
Probably. That's probably the case. That
it was a PlayStation owner, wasn't it?
Probably. I don't know.
It had to be.
Probably.
Xbox.
You know, I was running NeoGaf because obviously, you know, today is a national holiday on the Xbox subreddit. You know, everybody's posting the pictures of the Xbox One X's in Project Scorpio Edition. I saw one dude actually put it in the front seat with the freaking seatbelt over it. Talk about safety first. I'm like, bruh, yo, any more safe? And if you get into a car crash, shit disintegrates. Like,
so that just made me think, like, is it that heavy that it's setting off the sensor?
It is heavy. It is freaking heavy.
Because I know if I put some things that are a little too heavy in my passenger seat, it thinks someone's sitting there, and I have to buckle the seatbelt just so my car stops beeping at me.
The Xbox One X is very dense.
So, okay.
Very dense.
You got to buckle it in.
I mean, it is an 8-pound. It is an 8-pound box.
My wife carried it. She was like, "I'm going to see." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Keith, your mic is shit here today. Like, what?
I don't know what's wrong.
Get it together.
Is it better now?
Yeah, a little better now. But get it together, son. Get it together, son. We got a long podcast.
When I cut it up loud, you're like, "It's too loud." When I hear about this, is that better for you?
That's better. Anyway, that's better. Anyways, like, I'm going to continue.
I want to make it louder now.
Today's episode, we have a good amount of things to talk about this episode. See, I can turn you down. I don't give a fuck. Let's start. Yo, Keith, you got the Xbox One X. You're the only one between the three of us that have the Xbox One X at the current time.
That's nice.
I am not getting mine until Thursday, so I won't be able to provide. Wait, what?
Friday.
Not. Say that shit again. No.
Friday.
Are you kidding me?
I looked at it like an hour ago. It says it'll be here Friday now.
Fuck you, Amazon. Really? That's my finger right to you. Clip that shit. Like, come on, man. Like,
shipping today will arrive Friday.
It's supposed to be Prime shipping, though.
It ain't Prime no more, or as Auckland's Prime like to say, that's just Prime.
Yo, I'm tight right now. I don't even want to do this podcast.
I like how this is. It says shipping today, right? And then you go into it and it says estimated ship November 8th. But you said it's shipping today. How is it shipping today and then expected to ship
November,
tomorrow?
Dude, if it's shipping today, which is the 7th, if the estimated date is the 8th, tomorrow is fucking Wednesday.
Yes. You know the dates in the calendar.
You said Friday.
Yeah, if it ships out.
Expected to ship. It's 2-day shipping.
Yep.
8 plus 2 is 10.
No, but if it ships today and the expected ship date is tomorrow, that is Prime 1-day shipping.
No, that is not. It is 2 days. They did not do next day shipping.
Yes, they do.
They did not do it for the Xbox One X.
So more than likely I get it Thursday still. Because by Friday will be 3 days if it ships today.
They're shipping it tomorrow.
Okay, so they're shipping it tomorrow, then it'll come Friday. Exactly. Damn. So you got your signals mixed, sir.
No, I said if you look at the thing, it says shipping today.
Well, Nick,
but if you go inside of it, if you tell it to track package, it says expected to ship tomorrow.
See, they don't know what the hell they talking about here.
So Keith, how's yours?
Oh, mine's is just dandy. It's fantastic. I played Forza 7 and I sat there and smiled for a good 10 minutes. Because it is actually on par with the machine that I was using to play Forza with before.
Well, your mouth is getting covered by your nameplate. You need to sit up, sir.
I am sitting up. Stop adjusting this shit. God damn it.
I'm not adjusting anything. I haven't moved anything. You're the one that's
moving.
That's
why I like the old format. But anyway, so I got to play with my camera because I can't see the name tag. Somehow I got lower. How's that? I'll just sit up and get higher.
Yes.
How's that?
That's
Is that better? Because apparently, I don't know, whatever. So I got to look like this now.
No, you don't.
I'm in school again. I know the answer.
No, you don't. Just look straight.
I'm really enjoying it. I don't have a lot of games. I only have the Gears of War, Forza 7, and a couple other games that are still downloading because the servers are getting hammered. But for the most part, Forza is amazing. I like the fact that it is supporting HDR, and I can take advantage of the 4K. I would like to see more games take advantage of it, but for right now, I'm impressed with what I played. Hopefully, I want to pick up Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
But I want to pick that up digitally. Everything, like I said, going forward, it's all digital. So I want to see what happens with that.
Until GameStop fucks you and does the whole 20-40-60 deal again.
Huh?
Until GameStop fucks you and does the 20-40-60 deal again.
Well, I don't care. Fuck them.
I mean, honestly, you know, I got my 4K assets already installed apparently on my hard drive because I moved them all to my hard drive. I moved them all to my hard drive early to get it ready for the Xbox One X. Plus, you know, I reviewed that sweet Seagate Game Drive Hub, 8 terabytes of game storage. Hell yes! Shouts out to Seagate for sending that my way. By the way,
but not all of the games had their 4K content ready to go. There was an issue.
No, that I'm aware of. You know, obviously, Forza Horizon 3 won't be getting this until January. January 15th is the target date, apparently, from what I understand. So, you know, there's other games that's getting in that point.
Mine's downloaded something. I don't know what the hell it was.
You said yours downloaded something?
Yeah. I'm going to zoom out. Maybe it'll fix my face.
It's not that. You're still slouching.
Not slouching. I've yet to move.
Anyways.
Weird.
So... Speaking of, I know, John, you haven't really looked forward because you did decide that instead of getting the Xbox One X, you decided to invest that into a lovely 1080 Ti.
I did.
How is the 1080 treating you, sir?
It plays Destiny super well and Wolfenstein 2 super well, so I'm happy.
PC Master Race for damn sure.
Yeah.
You know,
I still plan on getting an Xbox One X at some point, just really not at launch.
We really need to do a Nightfall or something, because I'm like, I want to play.
You guys got to do a Nightfall. I still don't have the game yet.
I've been running them. I need to run them with you, Keith.
Yes. I do like the fact that Destiny 2 does have an option to play with other people. Like, it's like, oh, you can be guided through the instance by another clan. Like, oh, that's cool, I guess. I
love the fact that our clan is spread across PC and Xbox One, and we can get benefits to each other.
I noticed that because I'm getting all these cool upgrades. I'm like, but I haven't run anything, which is kind of like, I wish I could run these. That's the whole point of having the game.
Yeah, I mean, you get a benefit when you run them. You get a benefit when someone in your clan runs them. If you run it for your clan, then you get 2 things. So
yeah. But getting back to what you were saying, Clint, I do think for right now, the Xbox One X is a good investment for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but this is somebody who comes from a PC gaming background. And for right now, Forza is the only real thing I'm playing, and it's enjoyable. I do want to take advantage of the 4K recording option that's available, which is why I picked up that 4 terabyte hard drive, because it does record in 4K, which is fantastic. I don't like the fact that you have to hook up the hard drive, record the 4K, take the hard drive to another machine to upload it. That's just dumb.
Just get a USB extender.
But still, you still got to go back and forth. Microsoft needs to fix that. Like I said, put like some kind of, make the Xbox One X seeable on your network so you can go, and then attach the storage that way, or make the storage shareable, something.
I mean, and my thing, you think it's dumb, I think it's a little better. I mean, in a lot of ways, you know, you get the faster transfer rates, especially if you're using the 3.0 and you just you plug it out, plug it into your 3.0 USB, and you get the faster transfer rates to upload it, and you get the opportunity to kind of edit the stuff like that. A lot of people like do, and I know people do like doing that.
Xbox One X.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You upload it to your computer, and then you upload it to your computer. And then you know, put it on YouTube, whatever the case may be, edit it in your favorite, you know, whatever the flavor of the month is for you, whether it be Premiere, Final Cut, and I still laugh at you if you have a Macintosh and are using Final Cut. And
but that's what I'm saying. It needs to be an easier way to get the stuff transferred from the Xbox over to your PC versus just picking up the drive and moving it over to your PC. That's archaic.
It is archaic, and I'll agree with that. But at the same time, I believe, if I remember correctly, we are starting to get to the point where we're jumping on like 1 terabyte flash drives. So, I mean, once those prices come down, you know, 1 terabyte flash drive ain't even gonna be an issue. Like, you know, you put the flash drive and just go from there.
I mean, for me, again, I have my stuff set up optimally, so I can hook up my network to everything. This is Microsoft. This is a Windows 10 OS. Give me the ability to share my USB drive. That's it. Just do that.
But Keith, I'm gonna play devil advocate for you. What if the speeds are slow because of the network? Remember, the shit varies by network. What if your speeds are slow? What if everybody doesn't have the capability of doing the same thing that you're doing? You gotta kind of think about it like that. If you're using
a wired network, you have the speed.
No, I'm agreeing with that, but a lot of people do that.
If you have a current Wi-Fi network, you have the speed. If you don't have, and it's like this: if you don't have the ability, then don't use it. It's pretty much that simple.
Then why would they bother making it for people who generally aren't going to use it? It's
the same reason they put a defrag in their OS, and people don't use that either.
It's a wish list item, like.
Yeah, he's right, and I'm not
like the Windows Xbox to PC streaming. I mean, people take advantage of that anymore either, but it's there. This would make it a lot easier to get your stuff edited. Like, all right, move it to this one, especially if you got a 2-man team or a 3-man team. Hey, I just finished recording this footage. Okay, go ahead and send it to the network, and we'll go ahead and get it. Versus you unplugging the drive and risking data corruption, because we all know pulling USBs and then pulling them out and putting them back into things isn't really the best thing, especially when they're powered on. Sure, everything is hot plug and play, but do you really want to take that risk?
I mean, I think they have a solution in place, so the network solution is a pipe dream.
Anyways, let's move on a little bit. So, you got your Xbox One X, you got a chance to play with it a little bit. You talked about Forza. I mean, you have your 4K television in the room. I mean, like, how amazing does that shit look, Keith?
It looks pretty good. Like I said, it looks really damn good. I'm impressed. And it's even better now that I have the audio in here as well. Excuse me. Wow. But there's still a lot to be seen. I still need to play more games. Just one game doesn't necessarily mean it's the best thing out there. I've heard some issues with Titanfall 2. I do want to see Assassin's Creed Origins, even though I don't really play Assassin's Creed. It's a fantastic looking title for the Xbox One X, so I'm going to give that a try. I do want to play Super Lucky Tales. It's $30. I'll pick that up eventually, try that out. I do want to see Gears of War 4 because everybody's saying, oh my God, it looks better than the PC. And I'm like, did you actually play this on the PC?
Yeah, I mean, it probably looks about equivalent to the PC. I don't think it could be better.
Like, I don't know if you played it on the PC, but it looks pretty damn good on the PC.
Yeah, so...
But we're at the point where people are going to start drawing those comparisons. Oh my God, this is so much better than the PC. And you sit there and go, okay, I give up.
But
I will say, I'm going to cut you off real quick. I will say, again, why I want to play Assassin's Creed on the Xbox One X is because I want to see HDR support, because Ubisoft pretty much screwed all the PC gamers with that game and HDR support.
Isn't that lovely?
Thanks for that, Ubisoft.
I think Assassin's Creed, generally, the ports have been fine to PC. It's
except
always
when they told,
console.
But they told everybody it was getting HDR support. They told everybody it was coming, and then they went ahead and said, "Oh no, what? It's not coming." And then I don't know if you saw the article. They went ahead and tried to cover the tracks. They changed the page, and it was like, "Nope, it's not coming." And I was like, "Wait, Wayback Machine says, did you set this on this date? Why did you not tell anybody that you changed it?" So here's that.
Don't know what to tell you on that one. But the most I can tell you on that one, sir, is that it might actually look pretty good. Knowing it's the G.I. Joe.
Anyway.
Being said, again, comments have been coming out over the last week. Reviews have been popping up like candy. And Keith, me and you have had a conversation. Shut up. Me and you have had a conversation. Pop rocks, motherfucker. Anyways, me and you have had a conversation, and John, we've had a conversation about this as well, talking about the reviews and talking about how people look at certain things. Like, for example, our friend Devendra Harvinder at Engadget stated that yes, I'm name dropping.
I know he was going that way.
I'm sorry, I'm name dropping. I don't give a fuck. Stated that
chicken tastes better than fish.
You should get. It's not worth it if you already have a PlayStation 4 Pro. Or at least that's paraphrasing, at the very least. You say, if you have a PlayStation 4 Pro, what's the point? The Xbox One X isn't really for you. It isn't for everyone. And he's noting that. And, I'm not sitting on there saying that he's wrong. Like, the Xbox One X legitimately is not for everyone.
I agree with that. 100%.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I personally can't disagree. At the same time, to sit down there and openly say you're better off getting a PlayStation 4 Pro, or, for example, PC gamers saying, oh, if you have a PC that does 4K, and you're looking for a new console, you might as well get a Switch. I'm questioning and automatically seeing a huge agenda being afoot. Keith, your thoughts on this, my friend?
Just hit it to John because I'm fixing the tags for the podcast.
John, go ahead.
I mean, I don't think there's any agenda afoot there. I think it really is. Every person is going to have a different... They're going to have a different needs. And depending on the games that they want, that's really going to decide where they're going to play them. And I think it was Jeff Gerstmann of Giant Bomb that had basically... He said... Answering the question if you need an Xbox One X is a hard question. And it's not, I don't think it's something that anyone can do unless you sit down with a specific person and just like, okay, what do you have currently? You know, TV, monitor wise, computer wise, what consoles do you have already? I don't think there's any agenda to like, oh, go out and get a Switch if you already have a good PC. I mean, I might tend to agree with that because if you got a good PC, you're getting the bulk of games that are out there already. And a Switch, you're going to get all the Nintendo games because you're not going to get them anywhere else. And to be fair, a lot of those games this year have been killing it. And it's on the cheaper end of the spectrum. You probably tossed a bunch of money at your PC. So get the cheaper console for the time being. I mean, you can always upgrade. You can always get other consoles later.
No, I'm agreeing with that. I mean, okay, the exact quote was, the biggest knock against the Xbox One X is the $500 price. The PS4 announced at $400 last year, and there's a good chance we'll see plenty of deals around the holidays. If your friends are on Xbox Live or if you're a devotee of Microsoft first-party franchises, then the X makes more sense. If you just want to play per third-party titles that come to both platforms, though, the PlayStation 4 Pro is clearly the better deal. And I don't know if I can necessarily agree with that.
The wording there is what's rough on it.
I think so, yeah.
The better deal, I mean, if you're, it's $100 less, and if you're coming for third parties, then sure, okay, that gets you the games that you want to play. I mean, if you want to play something on Microsoft, it's going to end up on PC anyway. So then why not just get the PlayStation? Then, all right, I've got the PlayStation and it's going to have all the Sony titles, most of the third-party titles, and I've already got a PC, so that's going to have all the Microsoft first-party titles because they're pushing all of their stuff to PC as well as the Xbox.
Keith? I know you wanted to say something. I know you want to say something.
I'm thinking about how I should approach this subject.
All right, so okay. let me actually say my piece first before you go that.
Ahead.
I mean, the wording is definitely, I agree with that. John's right. The wording's rough. I've said that. The wording is bad. It is bad English, 100%. And to say something like that is not only dishonest. It's not only dishonest from an academic standpoint. It's just plain fucking advertising at one point. Because honestly, the performance between the Xbox One X, and this is well known, well established, the performance between the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro is fucking night and day. It's literally like training wheels versus fucking full on mountain biking. You know what I'm saying? In terms of that, in terms of the performance of what we know now. You know what I'm saying? Would you agree with that? If you had to really think about what I said.
What were you asking?
It is the more powerful console, if that is the question.
Yes, the more powerful console is the more powerful console. Like, it's not even a question. Granted, the wording could have been a little different. I could like PC Gamer said. Like PC Gamer said, if you have a good gaming PC already that does 4K, yeah, go get yourself a Switch. I may not agree with the way it's said, but it's true. Now, a lot of reviews are out there as well trying to compare the Xbox One X to a $400, $500, $600 PC that can do quote-unquote 4K. Keith, you said that needs to stop. Do you agree?
Why would I say that?
No, the comparison needs to stop.
Yes and no.
All right, speak up, son.
Well, you can't really do a comparison properly. I mean, if you're going to sit there and actually do a comparison and hold this at an argument level or use it for a rational debate, then you forget about it. There's just no comparing. But let's go back to the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X. The performance difference isn't really night and day. There is like a 20 to 30 difference percentage in power. Same architecture still. However, when you're looking at the third-party games, logically, they should run better on the Xbox One X. However, we have already seen some games not doing that. One of the ones right now being Titanfall 2. It's actually running worse than the PlayStation 4 Pro. And Digital Foundry did a report on this, and they're chalking it up to poor optimization, or they didn't know what the hell was going on. Clearly, it should have been running better than it does on the PlayStation 4 Pro, but it isn't.
That sounds like a developer issue too.
But here's the problem with that.
It shouldn't be the case. Yeah,
it shouldn't be the case, and that can start. Oh, look at this! It can't even beat the PlayStation 4 Pro, and all this hype, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Another issue the Xbox One X has going against itself is Microsoft came out and says 4K, no compromises, and then we got games that are coming out clearly that are still running checkerboarding, or I think the Within 2 is running at 1900p upscale.
There's no compromise. It's getting it there.
No, that's not native 4K.
They didn't say native.
Well, that's what they said.
Well, hold on, right? I mean, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate, and I don't want to. I mean, if the advertising is the advertising and they're not telling the truth, they're not telling the truth, right? You know, that's 100%, and I have to actually put that out there. If they're not telling the truth, they're not telling the truth, right? Mm-hmm. At the same time, you're looking at like, okay, you look at the Evil Within 2. Evil Within 2 was an enhanced title, right? Yeah. If it's upscaling it from 1900p, then that's an issue. That's definitely
a lot of games. There are a lot of games that are upscaling. Even their official list is showing you the games that are upscaling. Now, I'm not fighting that because upscaling games can look just as well as native games.
But they tell you. But the thing is, they tell you that they're upscaling. At least they're being transparent about that, as opposed to saying that everything is native 4K.
Right, but that's not what
the initial advertising is, and I'm agreeing with that.
Right. So there's a problem with that. Now, going back to the people that said get a PlayStation 4 over the Xbox, I think, like John said, it's misworded because they need to go back and they need to clarify why you're saying it. Are you saying it because you can get third-party games better on the PlayStation 4 Pro? If you're saying that, there's a problem. But if you're saying get the PlayStation 4 Pro because it has a better gaming library and probably has more games as you want, then you should specify that in your saying. Mm-hmm. If you're just saying get the PlayStation 4 Pro without any clarification whatsoever, that looks like you're being biased on both ends, on the PlayStation 4 Pro and also on the PC. Coming from somebody who has all the platforms, I'll come out and say it. You need to look at what you want. Just like one of our fellow members, Mace, asked you to get an Xbox One. And I'm like, is there anything on Xbox you want to play? No? Don't get it. Now, if you want to play Xbox One games where you want to go back and play Xbox 360 games or original Xbox games, or if you want to play an Xbox because you have friends that play an Xbox, then by all means get the Xbox. But you see what I did there? I spelled it out. I didn't just say get this because it's a better system. I said look at the offerings, and I think that's the problem they had. Now, if they're just saying get this system because it's better than this system because I said so, without any kind of proof or any kind of
justification,
topic or justification, then no, they're definitely in the wrong. Don't say that. I would not say buy a PlayStation 4 Pro for third-party games over an Xbox One X unless you're trying to save money, because it is a difference in $100 right now.
Yeah, and that's where just throwing out the term the better deal, or however they phrased it, that's why the wording is a little shaky with that, because $100 less. I mean, that's a deal, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, $100 is pretty significant.
And I've said that to people over and over. If you want more games, then the PlayStation is yours. But if you like, again, if you like Forza, if you like Gears of War, you like Halo, okay, Xbox is what you want. The problem, and this should go into the next topic that we should be talking about, is, again, Microsoft and their lack of games. Their lack of brands that people want. The lack of, and Clint's going to go off here, the lack of certain niche and Japanese games that we don't have on the system.
Nah, but fuck you on that, because you know what? I'm gonna spit the real, and he's right. I was gonna go off because fuck no. That shit pisses me off. No, that type of shit pisses me off. Everybody's talking, oh, we want the Japanese games. We want the Japanese game, but Japan can give two fucks about you. Stop giving a fuck about people that don't give a fuck about you. Like, yo, son, dead ass. It's kind of like this fucking American country giving a fuck about people that don't give a shit about you and is worrying about this shit. Stop doing that. If Japan doesn't give a fuck about you as a Microsoft gamer, don't go and sit down there and buy a Sony product. Just go boycott Japanese companies, because at the same time, they don't care about you. They don't care about your money. They must not want your fucking money. Like, that's just the way it is.
But what if I want to play Nier?
Exactly.
Like, yo, I don't give a shit. I don't care. They don't value you enough, and you don't have a PC. If you don't have a PC to do it, but you're interested in the game, and you don't have a PlayStation 4, and you don't have the money to get the PlayStation 4, stop giving the companies the damn money. Because at the same time, they don't care enough about your money. They don't care enough about your money, like, to make decisions like that. I'm not lying.
But that's not how it works. As much as you have of a strong opinion, it doesn't change it. If people want these games, they're not going to go to the platform if they're not there. It doesn't make it different if Japan doesn't like the system or whatnot. And I get that, because I'm in the same boat with you. I've said this before, just like I don't like the fact that certain third-party games are exclusive to a certain system. I don't like that. But it is what it is, unfortunately. And just like John said, you know, if I want to play Nier, I got to play it on the PC or on the PlayStation. And here's a fun fact. Nier, from what we found out today, was actually only supposed to come to the PC, and then they moved it to the PlayStation 4 as well. I never knew that, but then they delayed the PC version for what, months?
Well, you see, you're sitting on there saying like, oh, I should do it because I want to do it, but I'm sorry. Again, like I said, I value my money. That's what I'm trying to say. I value my money. I value the money that I earn and the money that I make. And if you don't care about getting that money, then I don't care about giving you that money. And that's something that people really need to understand. Yo, you vote with your money. You vote with your dollar. Capitalist society, you vote with your dollar. Stop giving these companies money when they do shit to fuck you. Like, I'm serious. I said this about the loot boxes. I've said this about on this DLC. I've said this about so many other things. I have a friend of mine that actively boycotted Valve. Why? Because Valve couldn't get their shit together with their servers during a Steam sale. And it happened twice in a row where the shit crashed. And he still to this day boycotts Valve. Come on. I'm just spitting the real here.
And that's fine. That's your prerogative. That's his prerogative. But your prerogative and his prerogative don't make the world go around.
I'm just saying if more people did that, you know, companies would really start to invest in their people more as opposed to just
I sincerely doubt that.
You sincerely doubt that, really?
Look at Capcom. Look at Bandai Namco. Look at Activision. You don't like it? Oh, well, fuck you. Don't buy our games. Next.
Enough people will, so we don't care.
We don't care. Because you'll never get it to the point where enough people are going to say, we're not doing this to hurt their bottom line, and they go back and say, you know what? We need to reevaluate this.
Right.
Because the big games that are going to a platform will always sell. And that's the problem. We could say we all hate loot boxes. That's great. But 5 million people are like, here, take my money and give me loot boxes. And they'll never go away.
I like playing games more than I hate loot boxes. So I'm not going to boycott a game because it has loot boxes if I think the game looks enjoyable.
And that's the thing. Like your friend saying he boycotts Steam because the servers are down. Okay, that's fine. But, you know, servers go down all the fucking time. Sorry. That's just the way IT works.
Yep.
If you don't know that, then you're just stupid for making that decision.
But at the same time, Keith, you're the one that also says, oh, you're the one that has said on several different occasions in conversations with me and many others on the Outerhaven, yo, you should have known, they should have known this, you should have expected this and all this other shit.
They should have expected it, but they didn't. That doesn't change the fact that servers go down. It is what it is. I work in IT. John works in IT. We know this. And I'll even go on and say, you know what? There could be times where you do spend up enough servers to take care of something. And it just isn't enough.
Yep.
It just happens. You can have load balancers out the yin yang, and it doesn't make a difference.
You can base all your traffic on years before with a percentage increase on top of that, and then you still get hammered more than you thought. And it's like, well, now we have a new bar, apparently.
All right. I mean,
it happens.
I respect the argument. I'm not mad at you guys for coming at me and informing me. That's what we need to do here, more inform. I'm still mad at that. And back to the original conversation, yeah, you're 100% right though. There is a lot of titles that's not on the Xbox One, and that's an issue that, you know, Phil Spencer has been desperately trying to solve. Especially, but then again, also Phil Spencer has indicated that it is an uphill battle on his own for two reasons. One reason is convincing Satya Nadella that it's worth it to have what is it? Yeah, it's worth it to have gaming as a focus on the Microsoft brand. It took him years to convince them, and once he convinced them, Now Spencer is going to Japan and trying to get certain companies. Phil Spencer's coming out and saying in interviews that, hey, you know, we should look into buying companies because we might need to get good first party content.
Right. And we had this conversation before, and I will commend Phil Spencer because he has, even though a lot of people say that, you know, he talks more than he actually does work. I don't think they realize the amount of work that he has to do. He has an enormous uphill battle, and honestly, it's not a position I would want to be in. He's basically, for lack of a better term, in a losing battle, but he's trying to right it, and he's got a lot of people from Microsoft looking at him saying, you know, maybe the Xbox brand is worth it, because we all know Microsoft was looking at Xbox as being a burden. And now they're like, it's one of their top priorities now. They're heavily invested in gaming now. So, which is a good thing to see. And Phil Spencer is trying to right the ship. But as we all see, and I know we're in the next topic here, that getting those Japanese games, getting those niche games, it's going to be hard as hell. So I'm glad to see that they are now saying, you know what, we're going to have to buy these companies. We talked about this many times, and I was very adamant about Microsoft not doing that because they said before they don't like doing that. Well, I'm glad they see that, you know what? We don't have a choice. We have to do this. Now, we also talk about them buying certain companies, like third-party companies, and I'm against that because I don't like rocking the boat. If you take a certain company that makes games for both platforms, and then you all of a sudden say, these games are exclusive to Xbox, but I've been playing them on the PlayStation for X amount of years, there's a problem. It's like the reverse of what they did to Tekken. Tekken was on PlayStation and DS for years, and then it finally came to both platforms. Mm-hmm. That's the stuff that we need to see, not the reverse, not this shit that they pulled with Street Fighter V. That should not have been a PlayStation 4 exclusive, but I understand because Sony gave them money. But that was a bad situation, and the Street Fighter V audience would likely be bigger if that wasn't the case, but it is. Nier Automata, fantastic game. I know a lot of people on Xbox want this. They don't have it, but it's a third-party game. Why is it like this? And a game that was supposed to be a PC-only game is on the PlayStation 4 exclusively. Why hasn't it come to the PC? Or why hasn't it come to the Xbox? We just got Neo on the PC. Why is it not going to the Xbox?
Yep. John, you have anything?
Let me finish up. We don't need the reverse. We don't need companies like Microsoft buying up third-party games. Or you can buy up a third-party company if they have never produced the game for any system exclusively. If they've never made a game for both platforms, which is going to be a hard sell. They need to invest in new companies or get companies that are on their way out.
Right.
Or do license deals. Keep doing what people are doing. You can make it for the PlayStation 4, but it's on Xbox for this year. I don't like it.
Like they were doing, because like that's something that you didn't like at all.
I don't like it. But if it will help more games come over to the system, again, my prerogative means shit to the grand scheme of things. I can say I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this. But if it's something that a million people are saying we want this, they're going to listen to those million people versus those thousands of people that say, no, we don't want this.
Right.
So that's my say.
Yeah, it's a little bit like to talk about Microsoft not wanting them to come in, buy up companies, and declare them exclusives, and then also ask where all the exclusives are. Like, we can't have it both ways. Like, they need to either in-house start creating these companies and building companies on their own, or they need to buy some and things become exclusive. Like, I'm not a huge fan of that, but knowing that they are pushing all of their first-party things to the Xbox as well as PC, I feel a little bit better about them doing that than Sony, because then with Sony, you're, trapped with the PlayStation at that point. It doesn't make me feel a lot better, but a little bit better just knowing that I could play it in 2 places at least. I don't know. You're not going to win a lot of fans by coming in, grabbing an IP, especially something that has been active in recent years, and saying, "Oh, it's only on Xbox now."
Right.
That's going to happen. Depending on the companies that you're bringing in, you're going to get some of that. But I think you also, you take some of that, but then you also are like, okay, we want you to make this. We're not going to win a lot of fans this way, but also we want you to make something new. We need some new IPs at Microsoft. Like, we need more reasons to come for people to play on Xbox or on PC. We need the next Master Chief. We need the next Marcus Phoenix. We need something. We haven't had the next thing. And I think if you're going to buy up some of these companies, you need to try and push them in that direction.
Exactly.
We make something new. We want to see something new. Yeah, we got this, and people are mad about that. But sorry, but we're doing this other cool thing. Like, trust us.
And this is why I said it would be okay if they go and buy, and I think you talked about this before, Clip, and buy licenses, buy games that have not been touched in ages. Hit up Capcom. Yep. We want Rival Schools. Give us Rival Schools. We want Darkstalkers. Give us Darkstalkers. Or don't even give us a license, but give us exclusive access to the game, like what Disney did to Fox. Okay, you can have X-Men and Fantastic Four, but we keep all.
Yep, rent out the licenses on like a per game basis at that point. If they don't want to sell, then I feel like you see some of that with, all right, this studio got enough money and now they're going to make one of these, and ooh, that didn't end up very good. But if Microsoft is coming in, you probably have a little bit of faith that they're going to build a team or find a team that's going to handle something with care.
And one of the biggest things I have with Microsoft, and excuse me if I keep going because I'm very vocal about this, I want them to succeed, and they have the money. They have the money. And when it comes to financial, and it comes to intellectual properties and everything, you have Sony, and then you have Microsoft, who's like the fucking king when it comes to that. But yet it's like, you have all this money. You need to invest more in your brand. You don't want it to die, and you want it to be successful, but you have to do it. Sony was backed into a corner. Sony literally only has PlayStation and a couple other things keeping them afloat. So all their eggs are going into PlayStation, and they're going in hard. Microsoft needs to be in that situation.
Yeah.
And they sort of are in a situation because your Xbox ain't selling like you want it to sell, which is why you're not disclosing numbers anymore.
Right.
And that's why you came out with, truth be told, at least in my thought, Xbox Playwear. All right, this shit ain't selling, but we can get you to play these games on the PC. Let's do that. And that was an amazing move. And I've said before, it has issues left and right. There are some issues where it's like, I don't want to buy an Xbox to play it on the PC. I buy it on the PC. My experience is shit. This game is shit because my hardware is not the par. And it goes back and forth. But the neutral is, I can play it over there or over here, or at my mom's house, or somewhere else that have access to a PC.
Right.
If I buy it digitally, I do wish they would change it to have some kind of way to license it or something if you bought the physical disc. But
small steps.
Yeah.
Until physical media is just gone.
Give us discounts on digital games. When there's a sale on the game, it should affect the digital as well.
That's a whole nother conversation.
That drives me crazy. You go 4 to 7, $50 on sale. It's still $70 over here.
You know where I would buy my games? On digital stores if they had a 20% discount before they were pre-released. Otherwise, all right, Amazon, it's going to get here a day late, but it's 20% off. God damn it.
And that's a good direction because Steam does that. When you buy the game in the first week of Steam, you get a 10 or 20% discount.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Microsoft should follow that lead.
Microsoft should, Sony should, Nintendo, they all should. I would love to not get another physical Switch game if Nintendo prices were not ridiculous forever.
I'm sorry. I will pay the ridiculous prices. I have zero faith that I won't lose one of those freaking games, or my kids won't lose one of those goddamn games. No. Every game, ever since Splatoon 2, every game I bought is going to be digital. And when I buy Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I will buy a collector's edition. Then I will sell the game.
I'll be honest with you. I keep my things. I don't have much in the way of digital games anymore for my Switch, but at the same time, not digital. Excuse me, physical. But when I did have physical, I didn't lose it. I have my case, and my case has pockets for it. So it's like, I keep it in my case. It doesn't really make that much of a difference.
You can't talk about losing shit.
I don't lose stuff often anymore. I mean, granted, I do have ADHD. I'm not gonna fucking front. ADHD is not the healthiest thing for small things.
Well, I'm just saying, in my case, it only takes one time. Say when we went to E3, that we wouldn't have left the game behind. I mean, I think they said they were like, "Oh, we left a DS game behind." And they kept looking in the bags. And they finally found when they got home. Like, "Oh, we didn't lose it." But they're no bigger than a freaking DS game. No. I don't want to do that. Because I'll get pissed off if I lose a game. That's $60 down the drain. Or 2 games. Or 3 games. Or we left the entire case there. No.
No, I hear you on that one. So, that being said, we move on. Ladies and gents, Neo on the PC. Keith, what do you think about it, man? You've been working hard on this, man.
And I've been bumping heads on reset on the analysis and a couple things I've seen. It looks like that they sent out a patch and addressed some of the issues I complained about. But for the most part, it's a passable port on the PC. It is missing a lot of PC-centric options and things that should be there. Like there's no way to adjust the AA. You can't adjust textures. You can't adjust the lighting. The rendering resolution is a little weird on how it's actually presented. They don't really tell you the actual percentage. It's basically like upsampling or downsampling. Like if you leave it at high, it's actually native. If you leave it on medium, it drops it to like 1080p. If you drop it to low, it drops it down to like 900. But they don't tell you that. You have to actually count the pixels or guesstimate, which is a problem. It doesn't have any keyboard support. It doesn't tell you how to use the buttons. It doesn't have somebody saying it has native DualShock 4 support. And I'm trying to explain to the person that
no, it doesn't.
Well, here's the problem. A couple people are saying it's working, so I'm guessing that got patched because when I was playing it, it did not fucking work. And I did notice there was a patch because before, when you would Alt-Tab out or Alt-F4 out the game, it would just hang. And it did it on 3 different machines. And now I notice when I Alt-Tab out of the game, it says, "Do you want to close the game?" Okay. So they did push a patch. I don't know what it fixed, but it did nullify some of the things I said in my write-up. But I must have came out today because the game came out today. But for the most part, everything holds true. It's a great port if you're just looking to play with a controller, if you have the machine to run it. If you don't have the hardware, you're going to run into issues and you're going to have to drop the settings. But I think a lot of things people are forgetting is that when this game came out on the PlayStation 4, you could only play it in 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. If you ran at 30 frames per second, it ran at 1080p. If you ran at 60 frames per second, it had an adaptive resolution, and it lowered and raised as it needed. You were never locked in a 1080p at 60 frames per second. And now on the PC, again, if you have the hardware, you can run this game at 1440p at 60 frames per second. You could run it 4K at 60 frames per second if you drop some of the settings. Those options were not available on the PlayStation 4. But the problem is a lot of people are like, well, it's a PlayStation 4 game. The PC should run it better. And that's not how it actually works. It has to be optimized. And Koei Tecmo's ports have not been stellar. It's like the Japanese do not know how to port a game over to the PC, and it's not just them. We've seen it time and time again. We've seen the deal with Nier Automata for Square Enix when they put it to the PC, and it has a ton of issues, and they've yet to address the issue. They've been quiet ever since they said we're going to fix them, and nothing has happened. We've seen tons of PC games come over from Japan, their reports, and they are shit tier. But they're playable, and this is playable. If you like Dark Souls type of games, if you like them on the PlayStation 4, but you wanted a solid frame rate, you can get it on the PC if you have the hardware. If you have a GTX 1060 and you barely meet the processor, don't expect to play the game at native resolution at a freaking 60 frames per second while the effects go on, because it's just not going to happen. You know, it isn't. It's unrealistic to think it's going to happen. But again, if you have the hardware, you're in for a good surprise. It's a good game. It's got solid gameplay. Ton of stuff to do. It includes all the DLC that was on the PlayStation 4. Plus, you get a cool helmet with the Valve. What is it? The knob.
Right.
On one of the helmets. So it's a good port. It could have been better. Could have been a lot better, but it is playable.
John, you have any questions?
I'm not a big fan of Souls games.
Say it again for those in the back. Louder.
I'm not a big fan of Souls games.
I'm kidding.
What did you play? What is it? Was it Aminusha?
Animusha.
I haven't played a game in fucking years. It's sort of like that as well.
Nope.
Fair enough. So I didn't get a chance to rock with the Injustice beta because I decided to go vote, and I had it downloaded and stuff like that. But Keith has. This is a Keith episode.
Wait, what'd I do?
This is a Keith-based episode. We should totally call it Prepare for Keith.
What did I do? What are you talking about now?
Talk about the Injustice beta, son. You played a bit of it. You put it up on YouTube.
I'm not a big fan of those type of games. I mean, I played it. I'm not a big fan of the Mortal Kombat X or the XL or the first Injustice. I just don't like the gameplay. It's stiff. But that said, I did play the beta for about a good 4 or 5 hours online. One dude just kept kicking my ass, but I kept fighting him. And I guess he played the game on the consoles because he knew his shit. But it's a good port from what I've seen. It runs at 60 frames per second, which most fighting games should. It does have issues with tearing, so you will need to enable VSync. But outside of that, it's really cool. It even has a benchmark mode, so it will go through and benchmark your game like Street Fighter does to see where you can play it at. It doesn't have lobbies right now. It just has one-on-one, and it's peer-to-peer. I am not a fan of that just because it depends on the connection. And if you're playing somebody that's a really shitty connection, I literally sat there for 2 minutes waiting for the game to load.
Damn.
It's like, oh, God, please come on. But once the game started, I didn't have any issues at match. I didn't have any lag issues or anything like that. So I'm guessing it's the same netcode they used for Mortal Kombat XL when Q-Lock came in and started working on it.
So it's not GGPO. Got it.
I don't know. They're not saying yet. Whatever XL is using, or whatever XL is using, they're using. Because remember, XL had a beta as well.
Right.
For the netcode. I can't really say much about it other than the fact that it looked good, it played good. I was satisfied with the open beta. And it's free. Go play it. Form your own opinion.
All right.
But I am glad to see that the game is making its way to the PC. Because I wrote an article about this last year saying it's not coming. Here's other reasons. Now he's like, well, it's coming. Because you guys kept asking. Surprise.
Sorry, your mic's cutting out just a little bit. But
cutting out, I'm not moving it.
It's not cutting out.
Okay. Chill, Kimosabe.
Oh my God. Maybe it's Skype being stupid. Maybe it's lowering my voice.
Like I said, chill, Kimosabe. Intel AMD are teaming up against NVIDIA, ladies and gentlemen, to produce a new laptop chip. This is the first partnership since the 1980s that they've done. The laptops that will be built with the brand new chips will not be competing with Ryzen chips that are also designed for ultra-thin laptops and due out the end of this year. The new Intel chips will be aimed at serious gamers, whereas Ryzen chips can run games but aren't specifically designed for that purpose. The partnership will pit the two companies against NVIDIA, according to The Verge. They are made for thin and portable laptops, but powerful enough for gamers that can actually have their option to play games. Now, Intel says it's the first computer product that uses EMIB, Small Intelligent Bridge Design, which allows information to be passed quickly and in extremely close proximity. The bridge allows chips to both be smaller and more powerful, and the new chip will use HBM2 and can be used devices such as notebooks, mini desktops, and all-in-one. Keith, does this come to a shock? Does this come as a shock to you, or are you not surprised?
No, I did not expect to see this.
Okay.
Because it's too hard to differentiate Intel and AMD working together. The companies that make the processors are working together to be a graphics card company.
Okay.
That's just weird.
John, thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't say I expected to see those two come together to go against a graphics card company. I mean, I guess Intel has tried their like built-in GPU stuff, which I guess never went super well.
They're so bad. They're so bad.
But
so, yeah, that's cool. It's something different.
So the question remains: will this pan out, Keith? Or is there potential for it to pan out?
I didn't read the article, but I thought they said this is going to be for higher end stuff. So it's going to depend. Let me take a look real quick. I'm pretty sure that's what it said.
I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But why?
Let me skim this. Yeah.
But while you're looking that up, my friend, Microsoft teases Xbox game streaming within 3 years. The final topic in the day. Microsoft looks to be in an interview with Bloomberg. They look to be shifting its Xbox focus to software and services, much like the company's overall efforts. Phil Spencer explains why the company is focused so much closely on game sales, subscription, and other gaming services over pure hardware sales. Spencer states that players are now playing the games across every device, and we're connecting those players across all those devices. Obviously, with the console is an important part there, but we're connecting to gamers wherever they are is the vision of Microsoft around what we're doing in gaming. This doesn't necessarily mean that they're giving up on Xbox hardware, but it is very clear that the company will be more focused on the software and services, and perhaps even rival console and mobile devices. So they're looking to do something kind of like PlayStation Now, or on live, or GameFly game streaming. John, your thoughts?
This kind of screams to me like the first thing that I thought of is how awesome would this be if they get this working on PC and that's their backwards compatibility for Xbox stuff to get people on PC playing old Xbox stuff.
Oh shit.
I thought that's what Game Pass was.
Say again?
I thought that's what Game Pass was.
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But Keith, if you have a little more thoughts on that one outside, I thought that was Game Pass.
They did come back and say, you know, the whole thing about them going on rival hardware was the person who quoted Phil incorrectly. He came back on Twitter and said, that is not what I said.
Right. No, and that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like, because that quote came from something that says, "Oh, we're gonna put games on the PlayStation and all that kind of stuff." Right? They didn't explicitly say that, but the writer misquoted him and started at that, which is terrible, which is really bad.
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining about that on Twitter, and Phil got involved and say, "Today we ship Minecraft on all platforms. We all know that. No plans to expand this right now."
Which makes sense. I mean, Minecraft was already on every platform beforehand, so right. You know, you have to keep that up after you bought it. You can't necessarily just renege on that and say, "Oh no, it's going to be on PC only." That's just waiting for you. That's just waiting to get your ass reamed in.
But the funny thing is, once people got a hold of that, they started making all these articles and all these videos saying, "Oh my God, Xbox games are going to be on PlayStation," and it's like that's not what he said.
No, stop, please. Nope. What are you doing? Stop, please. You're being silly. Stop now. Don't do that.
There were tons of videos
don't
out there.
Do that. Please don't stop. If you're on YouTube or you're in the gaming journalism space like we are, stop. Don't do that. On the gloriousness that is my beard, stop.
Dude, GameSpot made a video of this.
GameSpot needs to hold that hell. CBS needs to chill.
But see, here's the thing, guys. And when I saw that and I heard about that, I sat there and I was like, wait, The best way to kill the brand new system that you just pushed out there is to say, "Hey, you can get these games on the PlayStation."
So why would he say? So that's the thing. If you're an intelligent human being, I'm sorry. I think everybody has the potential to use their brain in a rational, logical way. Xbox One X releases November 7th. Why would Phil Spencer say something as asinine as that?
And then on top of that, they already said they're going to go start buying and acquiring companies. And then why would you go and buy and acquire companies if you're going to just put your game on a rival platform? Does that make any sense to you,
John?
Any?
No, that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
And I was like,
yeah, there's no reason they would be announcing something like that.
My head.
I mean, when you're jumping to be first, then you're, not thinking through and not following up to double check on something. I don't know. That's nah.
Which is the problem with journalism. I mean, dude, we've been complaining about this in terms of regular journalism. In terms of, oh, let's go first, sensationalism, damn you, fucking Joseph Pulitzer and William Randolph Hearst. Yeah, I'm blaming y'all. We're sitting here we're sitting down there talking about this type of shit, right? So if we're sitting down there talking about this type of shit and saying that it's bad and that's not a good thing, why would you in gaming journalism follow the yellow journalism trend when everybody expects gaming journalism to be the standard bearer?
I'm sorry, you said expect. I'm sorry, what?
Shut up. But go ahead.
You told me to shut up. I had nothing to say, actually.
Oh, you had nothing to say? Fair enough.
Nothing to say. I'm done.
Anyways, final. Done. So let's get out of here. It's been about an hour. Final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Final thoughts, gentlemen. I want to start with John. Any final thoughts to wrap up this wonderful episode with a bow?
I'll go back to something I said earlier. I tried to quote Jeff Gerstmann, and I finally pulled up the tweet that he actually said. And I think it summarizes our Xbox One X conversation pretty well. I feel like the Xbox One X is exactly what they say it is, but whether it's for you or not is a far more complicated question. And I think that summarizes it.
Indeed. Keith?
You know what? I'll jump on that one. So we had a conversation about this a couple of days ago where I said pretty much the same thing. Well, I was a little more vocal about it. If you need to ask me why I need to buy an Xbox One X, then you don't need it.
Then you don't. Because you don't have a reason, then yeah, absolutely.
It's like, should I go buy this? Why would you ask me that?
Maybe they just want your advice. Maybe they just want to hear.
You don't need my advice. I'm not the one who's going to be forking over the money. I mean, if it was a video card or something, I can understand that. But it's the gaming console. Everything is spelled out for you. They've told you everything.
So with that statement, I think swap that around to convince me why I need this console.
And I can't. I can't convince you.
Adding convince to it. Like, tell me why, Yep.
And my final thought, ladies and gentlemen, is listen, and this is going to be part of my tech guide for the holidays. If you're interested in 4K gaming, don't want to get a PC, but also are interested in 4K streaming and 4K 4K Blu-ray playback. No, 4K movie streaming. That's what I'm talking about. 4K streaming video, as well as 4K streaming video.
Yep.
As well as 4K Blu-ray playback. Yes, the Xbox One X will actually be the cheaper alternative for you, because for those of you that do own an iPhone, I still don't even recommend getting the iPhone, the Apple TV. That's too expensive. That's just me. Unless you really want to invest in the ecosystem and you already have a Mac and you spent $2,000 on a inferior product. That's just me.
You get the Amazon Fire TV,
right? Or if you don't want to necessarily deal with the Wi-Fi that is the Amazon Fire TV, and you want a hardwired connection,
get the old one.
If you still can for a decent price. But get your Xbox One X. if you're not really too caring about the gaming, but you still want a good Blu-ray, Ultra HD Blu-ray player, get the Xbox One S. If you really don't give a shit about any of that, I mean, get a box, get a PC, whatever the hell you want to get. Use a computer. You do something. You don't get a Roku. Fuck it. You know, get a Raspberry Pi if you can Raspberry Pi.
Can you Raspberry Pi, sir?
I mean, I can Raspberry Pi. I have a Raspberry Pi. Just get what you have to get. Just do what you have to do. It's up to you. It definitely is up to you. I'm not saying that the Xbox One X is completely niche, but it does have its user base. As is everything has its user base. Even the Nintendo Switch has its user base. All 6 million of them. That being said, next week we back, episode 38. I'll have my impressions on the Xbox One X. Hopefully Aaron will be back and have his impressions on the Xbox One X. And
did you get one?
I believe he said he was.
Okay.
If he didn't, then I recant the statement.
I'm not sure if he said he was going to get one or not.
I'm not 100% sure either, but I feel like he did. But I will have my impressions on the Xbox One X, as I will have an extended weekend, shouts out to Veterans Day, to actually mess around with it on a simple 1080p television. On that note, I'm Clinton Bowman. Keith Mitchell and John Jinks have joined me, and I haven't called John Aaron once.
I know, it's been 2 podcasts.
I told you I told you I get there, Aaron.
Did you just do that on purpose?
Yes, I did.
Asshole.
I did that intentionally.
I was going to get an Aaron sign and hold it up every time you did it.
Not Aaron.
You want me to do? You do want me to do the Aaron counter in the corner? I would totally do the Aaron corner in the counter.
Get that ready for next week.
Say that backwards. Say it again. But you do it the other way.
I'll definitely get that Aaron counter started. So
I'm sad I don't have 280 characters on Twitter yet. I am sad.
You don't have what?
280 characters on Twitter yet.
I probably don't. Doesn't make a difference to me. On that note, have a good night. I hope you guys enjoy your Xbox One X's. If not, I hope you enjoy Super Lucky's Tale and also Sonic Forces if you're interested in that game. I heard that game disappoints so bad. I heard that game disappoints so bad. Peace.
Good night.
Keith, how bad is that game disappointing from what I hear? You talked about the ending. What the hell?
So apparently the ending in Sonic Forces is basically
spoilers.
Everything that happened in Sonic Mania was created by
Say again? Yo, your mic. Sorry.
No, something loaded on my machine. What is the new gem called?
I don't even know, man.
Not Chaos.
Yeah. Not Chaos at all.
What is it? It's a new. What is it? The Phantom Ruby. So basically, everything that was in Sonic Mania was made up by the Ruby.
What? Are you shitting me?
Go look up the Sonic Forces ending.
Wow.
Nah, I'm good.
What the fuck was that? That hurts my soul. That actually hurts my soul, bro.
And apparently Sonic was captured and tortured and all that fun stuff.
So you mean to tell me this was torture dreams? Yo, Sega, go fuck yourselves. Like, y'all hurting my soul here.
So basically it's like, hey, you made Sonic Mania and that was a fantastic